No matter what comes our way, we'll always put you first. You're more than a patient. You're someone we care about. And we're working hard every day to keep you safe and continue to give you the best care so you can feel comfortable here. Not because Stillwater Medical is a healthcare provider, but because we're your provider. And we're ready to see you and serve you right here at home.
As you travel down the road to the Gold Ball, know that you can always get a slam dunk of a deal at Jansen GMC on North Van Buren in Enid. It's always a smooth ride in a 2020 GMC Sierra, Canyon, Yukon, Terrain, or Acadia. Jansen's offers one of the best lineups of used cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs in Enid. Check JansenGMC.com for details. Drive a little, save a lot at Jansen GMC, 2602 North Van Buren in Enid.
So you want to create your future, discover a path worth traveling down, find a career to get excited about. For decades, Career Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These individuals are the heartbeat of this state's economy. Individuals just like you. Create your future today at Oklahoma Career Tech.
The proof starts here at Upper Crust. The details are delivered perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. Upper Crust, gather around.
Our brand, Octus Legacy Private Wealth Management, is a reflection on our commitment to our clients, each other, and the growth we hope to achieve. As friends for multiple years, we operate like a tight-knit family where harmony and collaboration thrive. Our dedicated team of financial professionals complement each other, drawing on decades of shared experience. With a keen eye for detail, we understand each other's strengths, allowing us to deliver quality service. Our camaraderie extends beyond the workplace. We connect as friends, checking in over the weekends to stay connected. Our bond transcends the typical 9-to-5 workday, reflecting our commitment to genuine relationships. To become a client today, call us at 405-252-5925. Our brand, Octus.
The third and final day and Championship Saturday rolls into the third place in championship games here for the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.tv. I'm Todd Miller, joined by Tony Wilson of this broadcast. Booker T. Washington, 7-4 out of Class 5A, making their 27th appearance all-time here at the Boys Tournament of Champions. With 12 prior titles, will take on 4A number 1, 10-1 Weatherford. The Eagles last night put a scare, Tony Wilson, into arguably the best team in the state of Oklahoma, the Owasso Rams. Owasso, with a big fourth period, pulled away for a 13-point win.
They really did, Todd. Owasso kind of turned up the defense on and Weatherford, and three-point outside shooting went cold for the Eagles. And Owasso prevailed in that game.
Once Booker T had that 9-point lead in the first half of race, their game was tied with Millwood at 32, and it was kind of back and forth, a slugfest between two traditional heavyweights. And Millwood came from behind late to win it 66-65.
Millwood really turned up the intensity defensively, like we talked about there just momentarily with Owasso, and really put Booker T in some bad spots and made some clutch shots down the stretch.
Well, obviously the game's pretty simple. If you make shots, you're going to look good and you're going to win. And in the first game, Weatherford, Tony, looked really good, shooting 51% against Dale. 12 made three-point baskets. They shot over 55% from beyond the arc. Yesterday, a little bit different of an animal. They shot just 29% in that 47-34 loss to Owasso.
Well, their length has something to do with that, Todd. They're not going to see many teams as long and athletic as what Owasso is, so that probably just prepares them a little bit more for the 4A state tournament.
All right, let's look ahead. Who do you see from Booker T. Washington? You've watched every game here. They've got a lot of guys, a lot of weapons that can score in a lot of different ways.
Mathulis, number 2, Mason Mathulis. He's really a versatile player, Todd. He can shoot it from the range, and he can get to the rack, and he's one of those long defenders, gets his arms out there. And then also, of course, B.J. Harris, the senior number 5. He's explosive, and he's a lockdown guard.
For everybody, for Weatherford, to me, it's Walker Kennedy, the move in from Piedmont. He has really, I think, made this team much, much better in his only season in Custer County. He has averaged 12.5 points a game and 3.5 rebounds in his prior 2 starts here at the Boys Tournament of Champions. C.J. Nixon, arguably the best athlete of the field. I mean, he's headed for the University of Oklahoma. He'll play defensive line for the Sooners and maybe get a little hoops time as well on the hardwood.
Well, we talked about it eating dinner in there, and if I got C.J. Nixon on my team, Todd, he's getting the basketball on the block and just tell him go to work, big fella. But he'll want to play the perimeter as well. But for me, for Weatherford, I think they go as Tate Sage and Ethan Sage go as well.
You know, you think about Nixon should be on the block, and that's where I would play him. But he's also shown the ability, as you mentioned, to shoot the 3.
Sure.
He made 3 of his 4 3-pointers against Dale, and they needed every point in beating 2A top-ranked Dale by a point.
Yeah, that was a tremendous game, and just thought that that Weatherford didn't know how to handle Dale. I mean, Dale is going to get after you. They're going to guard you up and down the floor, and they can go score. And, of course, with Forsyth, they're always going to be in a contest.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors of the scoreboard, the Weatherford Eagles. They are coached by Derek Bull, top-ranked in Class 4A. Runners-up each of the last 2 years. To me, they're one of the favorites, and certainly one of 2, I think, that ride atop the top spot in Class 4A. They'll start Walker Kennedy at 6'3", senior. Jackson Smith, who's now in his 3rd straight year as a starter for Weatherford. He is a 6'3", junior. Ethan Sage and Tate Sage, both 6'7", both seniors, and then C.J. Nixon, who goes 6'6", is extremely thick. He is a senior and is averaging 10.5 points per game in their 1-1 start here in Tulsa. Eli Brown is the head coach at tradition-rich Booker T. Washington. They are 2nd all-time in the state of Oklahoma in terms of boys basketball state championships, behind last night's opponent Millwood, and the Falcons came from behind to beat the Hornets 66-65. Isaac Sanders, a junior, will start. Jock Mitchell, a sophomore. Mason Matulis, who Tony mentioned, a junior, is in the starting lineup. Then you go with a pair of seniors, Jamari Simpson and also B.J. Harris. Booker T has shot 54 and 47%, while holding the opposition to under 40 and 43% field goal shooting to their first 2 times out. Weatherford wearing the road maroon and gray uniforms with Weatherford inscripted in white across the front of the jerseys. Booker T. Washington will wear the home white with black and orange numerals, lettering, and trim. Looking forward to this one as we moved into the boys and girls 3rd place games. Moments ago, Broken Arrow out of Class 6A won the girls' 3rd place game, holding off Fort Gibson. Coming up, it's Lincoln Christian and Booker T. Washington's girls, and then the finale will have Owasso against Millwood.
Man, it's going to be 2 great games coming up, and this one, I suspect, Todd's going to be as everything is advertised with these 2.
Simpson will jump center against Ethan Sage. Weatherford will move from right to left. Booker T. Washington from left to right. And Sage and company control the opening tip. Into the front court with the basketball is Tate Sage. He had a big game here on the opening day of the tournament against Dale. They bounce it for Nixon. It goes to work in the low post. Now they double CJ. He'll whip it across the floor. Extra pass finds Walker Kennedy open. He back rims the jumper. Nixon with a rebound. Bounces it out left side. Jackson Smith against the zone. Tries to penetrate. Leaves it out front for Kennedy. Opening possession of the night. Nixon bangs his way to the goal. There's why he should be on the block for the lay-in.
I mean, who's going to stop that?
You can't stop it. 7:17 to go. Opening period for a top-ranked Weatherford with the early salvo. Jock Mitchell, who last night had 13 and 14 rebounds in the loss to Millwood, handles it left side out front to Matulis. There's Tony's guy to watch. Back rims his first 3, and Ethan Sage has the miss.
Good, and that's one thing that Weatherford's going to have to do. They're really going to have to crash this board against this Booker T team.
Walker Kennedy feeds it out high. Jackson Smith now to Sage. That's Ethan, left side to Nixon. Ball deflected. Tate Sage picks it up, drives left to the goal, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. With 1:04 gone here in the opening period, the first foul of the night against Booker T is against Jamari Simpson.
Really looks like Weatherford's getting a concentrated effort, Todd, of trying to get the ball to the rack.
Weatherford from the foul line has been 7 of 11 and 5 of 8 shooting, so they haven't been there a lot, and as Sage rattles home the first. And it's out to a 3-0 Weatherford lead with 6:56 to go in a matchup of heavyweights out of Class 5A and Class 4A here at the Tournament of Champions. Second free throw is good. So Weatherford starts the game 2 for 2 for the foul line. Booker T will bring it into the front court as we watch from left to right. Jamari Simpson, one of 3 seniors in the starting lineup for Booker T, gets it to Jock Mitchell. Mitchell, the outstanding sophomore, is averaging 12 and a half in 2 games for the Hornets. He veers left of the wing, down drives right, goes right into the body of Nixon. He missed the layup. Ball tipped out, and Weatherford has it. They preserve a 4-0 lead. Walker Kennedy with it across midcourt. Wing left is Ethan Sage to Nixon. Back to Ethan and cuts to the basket. He'll lay it up and in. And just like that, it is a 6-0 start for 4A's top-ranked boys.
All shots in the paint thus far for Weatherford.
Between the circles, Jock Mitchell, he'll veer left, looking for a screen, hands it off to B.J. Harris. He triggers a 3, and he got it for the left baseline. First basket is a trifecta from the Hornets, and they cut the deficit at half at 6-3.
That's an easy way to get back in the game, right?
Booker T had made 9 threes in 2 ball games. That 3 ball was a neutralizer, without a doubt. Kennedy almost stepped to the midcourt stripe out front, veers left. Now it goes to Sage. That's Ethan, swings it right. Jackson Smith, the Nixon high post right. And from behind, it's knocked into his hands, so they're going to call a reach-in foul against Jamari Simpson. And he's got 2 early for Booker T. And if we get another look at it, Tony, we can see. But from our vantage point, it wasn't the best view, but it looked like a clean strip.
Yeah, I thought the push actually came in the receiving pass there, the 2 hands extended out, but they called it the other way. But we'll see how this plays out throughout the stretch of the
Junior
game.
Riley Williams was in for the first time. He had 2 rebounds against Millwood, a rebound, 2 points in their season or their tournament opening victory over Class A 4th-ranked OK, who claimed 7th place earlier today. Tate Sage lets fly a 3 ahead of the circle. He missed it. His brother Ethan in for the rebound, and it's stripped away from him out of bounds by Isaac Sanders. Booker T in the tournament has out-rebounded their opponents by a narrow 2-board margin, 63-61. Weatherford has been -6 on the boards thanks to a big deficit last night of 12 against Owasso. Between the circles is Jackson Smith with a basketball. Now to Walker Kennedy. Kennedy with it to Sage, right side. Tate backing down. That curls left and goes through the defense to the window for the kiss.
There you go. I mean, there's 8 points, all six of the made baskets from the block.
5:24 to play here in the opening period. The lead back out to 6 for the Eagles, who led 6-0 before a 3-point basket by Harris. Top of the circle with it is Batulis. They're really defending him very physically. Now it's Harris right side. Game clock approaching 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Sliding left is Harris into the paint. He'll bounce it off of the wing for Riley Williams. Williams to Sanders. Sanders off the dribble, pulls up, bang, got it elbow left.
Boy, that's some good levitation there to get that jumper.
He's averaged 13 a game, 15 last night, and 4 rebounds against Millwood. Isaac Sanders, the junior, with his first bucket. 8-5 in favor of the Eagles. Wing left is Jackson Smith. He bounces it out high for Tate Sage. Sage backs it out, now bounces it down low for Ethan Sage, who turns, missed the contested jumper over Batulis. He challenged, and Booker T gets the miss. Harris up ahead, right side. Riley Williams splashes home a 3. And just like that, here come the Hornets. They are on an 8-2 run to forge our first tie.
Yeah, 2 threes for Booker T.
Into the front court, Smith bounces it for Sage. Right side, Kennedy. Walker, the Piedmont transfer, dishes to Sage, and he slams it home.
Great look.
Walker Kennedy coming in had 3 assists in 2 ball games. That was as good a feed to Sage as you'll ever see. Out high with the basketball for Booker T. Washington is B.J. Harris. 10-8 Weatherford halfway through the first period of the boys' third-place game for the BOK Center in Tulsa. Jock Mitchell against that Weatherford 1-3-1 zone. Tony, this is a deadly defense with their length.
It really is, Todd, especially as far out as they extend it.
Bounce pass down low, goes to Harris. He bounces it to Mitchell. Back to Harris, right corner for 3. It's good. And Booker T. Washington, behind 2 3-point baskets, now has their first lead of the ball game at 11-10. Booker T., Tony, 3 of their first 4 field goals are 3 balls.
Just a polar opposite of styles as one's on the way here, way short.
Kennedy from 3 air balls. A good hustle that time by Walker Kennedy, but he's unable to save it inbounds. And here comes Jay Bowen, the senior, off of the bench. Big, thick body. And now L.J. Scott, a junior, will join him in the lineup. Eli Brown again is the head coach at Booker T. Washington. They've scored as many as 110 points. The fewest they've scored this year has been to the 40s. That 110-point explosion came against East Central with a 35-point victory. Into the front court, right is Mitchell. Booker T works for the lead for the first time. Mitchell, a crossover dribble, raises and fires. The 18-footer is good as he front rims it and down it goes. He has been in double figures in each of the last 2 starts, and here's another look at that soft, sweet J.
Shooter's touch there.
Cutting back door, Kennedy into the body that time of the defender. Scott, the tip wouldn't go off Kennedy's miss. Walker, though, outworks 2 Hornets and has the possession back. Tate Sage to Nixon between the circles. 2:36 to go in the opening period. Booker T by 3. Left corner 3 by Smith. Rattles out, no good. Ball tipped up off the window. Riley Williams has it. He leads the break back the other way. He'll throw up a runner for the foul line, and he banks it home.
That's a bank right there, Todd. And looked kind of designed. Looked like he knew it was going to be too hard, so he put it off the square.
Yeah, he saw big C.J. Nixon roaming the paint. He said, I think I'll just pull up and take my chances on a runner from about 14. 5-point lead. Good pass from out high. Sage to Sage. And Ethan on the dime from his brother Tate gets the bucket.
First bucket for Weatherford in about 2 minutes.
Jock Mitchell with it. Holds right front court. 2 minutes to play. Opening period. It's 15-12 Hornets. Driving left. Riley Williams kicks it in the corner. 3 ball is up, but it's good. Let's say if this team gets hot, you better look out. L.J. Scott, the 3rd Hornet now with at least 1 3 here in the period.
4 already for Booker T.
Kennedy almost drug his pivot foot, pulls up left side to L.J. Scott, and a whistle and a foul. And I think that's going to go against Jay Bowen, who was battling in the left corner with big C.J. Nixon. It is on Jay. That is his first, the team's second. Returning Sanders and also Harris for Booker T.
You can already see Bowens in the games leaning on Nixon, and that's what they're probably going to try to do is try to keep him out of that paint with the big fella himself.
That is a matchup of 2 very big men. Jackson Smith lobs it in the paint. Ethan Sage with it. Right side, Walker Kennedy is 3 too strong. And out of bounds, last touch by Tate Sage, who had his hands outward saying, hey, I didn't touch the thing.
Yeah, Weatherford still over from 3, Todd.
And they shot the lights out here against Dale and then did not follow up with a very good performance against Owasso. They have made 19 threes before today's 3rd place game. L.J. Scott to Isaac Sanders. Sanders back it in. He's cut off by Ethan Sage. Now he angles back to the right wing side. Under a minute and a half to play, opening period. Bowen holds high. Right wing, Sanders. He goes around Kennedy for the lay-in. Derek Bull wants a 30-second timeout. Isaac Sanders explosive as you see the finish there. His second basket, and it's now an 8-point lead for Booker T as they are on a 20-6 run since it was a 6-0 Eagle advantage out of the gates.
Yeah, Booker T's really turned it on, and like you said, the three-point shooting has been hot for them. 4 threes out of their 20 points, and still Weatherford, you know, we talked about they've been going to the post, and no threes for them so far.
Weatherford back in the Tournament of Champions for the first time in a couple of years. They were last here back in 2021, or 22, excuse me. They went in on the loser's bracket side. Scott McCurry, your kindness just warms the cockles of my heart. He did. 1:10 to play, first period, 20-12.
What's it like to be Todd Miller?
I wouldn't know. I mean, before we get carried away here, come on, Tony. He gave me a Hershey's Kiss and a lemon Starburst. Ethan Sage with the left hand, dribbles between the legs, jump passes into the front court for Tate Sage. His pass to Nixon is retrieved, bounces it back to Tate. Tate jab steps, right circle, good defense by Harris, and an offensive foul called away for the ball against Ethan Sage. And he's really frustrated right now, and that is his first personal foul. Team foul number 1 against Weatherford with under a minute to play in the opening period. Booker T has taken control of this game thanks to a 12-0 advantage in 3-point points here in this opening period. Hornets of the home, white, orange, and black. Go to work offensively, L.J. Scott. Top of the circle now for Mason Matulis. Matulis angles left, hands it off of the wing for Harris. Cross courts for Sanders. Down under a half minute to go in the opening period. Weatherford still challenging to that zone defense. Hand off, Sanders out front to L.J. Scott. Back to Sanders, pump fakes. Sage cuts him off of the free throw line. Left wing Harris, his 3 back rims, and down for the miss, Ethan Sage. 17 seconds to go in the first period. Booker T 20, Weatherford 12. Eagles quickly attack into the front court. Left side, Tate Sage to the rim, try to force it away in traffic, and it's knocked away. Matulis has it, brings it down the floor, pitches left wing, high to the goal. The bump wouldn't go by B.J. Harris, but he's hacked. And he'll go to the line with 2 seconds remaining in the opening period as Cash Jennings, Ethan Sage just committed his first foul. I said Cash Jennings because I'm looking at Jennings standing right in front of us. First of 2 free throws by B.J. Harris is up, and it rolls off no good. Booker T from the stripe in this tournament has hovered around 62%. One of the reasons that they left the door open in the fourth period last night against Millwood. Second free throw is up, and that one is good. So 7 now for BJ. Weatherford will inbound with 2 seconds to go. They get it to Kennedy. Kennedy with a runner from half court, and it is short. So it's 21-12. Hornets lead over 4A number 1 Weatherford through 8 minutes of the boys' third-place game for the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.tv.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief. These are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org. Anger, anxiety.
All right, welcome back here as we take a quick look at the stats. 8 of 11 total field goals for Booker T. 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, 1 of 2 free throws. 5 of 12 for Weatherford, 0 of 5 from 3 and 2 on the free throws.
Here we go. Booker T with a 9-point lead. Opens with possession to start the second period of the boys' third-place game. Matulis quickly covered up by Sage out front. That's Tate Sage. Now they work it around the perimeter. Top of the circle, Mitchell. Back to Matulis. Now to Jock. He drives. Matulis. They swing it left side. Riley Williams against that pushed out 2-3 zone that is well beyond the top of the circle. And a kick ball called against Walker Kennedy.
Kind of went to that 1-3-1. Now it's a 2-3 and even extended further out.
I'm telling you, I like Weatherford's zone. Their 1-3 or 2-3 version, they have college length out there, and you just don't see that in high school basketball very often. L.J. Scott holds right wing to Matulis off of a screen. They break it down. His pass deflected, taken away by Walker Kennedy. 7:17 to go in the first half. 21-12, Booker T. Into the front court, Jackson Smith. Top of the circle, Tate Sage. Right wing side, Walker Kennedy. He tries to drive, gets around Riley Williams, comes to a jump stop, and knocks down a 6-footer of the paint. Walker with his first basket. First points of the second period belong to the Eagles. It's 21-14.
The scoring's really sporadic for Weatherford here, Todd.
Jock Mitchell, right front court with a stationary dribble against the Eagle zone. Now to Williams, left quarter, Matulis. His 3 back rims. Ball volleyed to the air, and Kennedy has it. Matulis started cold last night against Millwood and then got hot in the second half.
He really did. He fired him up in the second.
6:41 to play here in the opening half. 21-14, boys' third-place game at the Tournament of Champions. Tate Sage, right side for Kennedy. He gets it to Nixon down low, and it's knocked out of his hands out of bounds. Back in comes Isaac Sanders, their leading scorer through 2 games of the tournament. Checking back in for Weatherford is Ethan Sage. Sage has 4. His brother Tate has 6. Nixon and Kennedy have 2, and that's it. Another 14 points. Ethan Sage handles the inbounds pass to Tate out front. Right corner. Kennedy off of the screen. Back rims it. Rebound. Mitchell. He's stuck in front of that time. Jackson Smith to take it away. Up ahead, right side, 3-pointer, rattles off, no good for the quarter. That was L.J. Scott, and Weatherford quickly wipes the glass clean. Jackson Smith bounces it across the floor for Walker Kennedy. Kennedy with it to Ethan Sage. Now to Tate Sage, is back to the basket about 15 feet away. Baseline right, he backs down against Harris. Cross courts at left corner. Jackson Smith. His pass for Kennedy deflected. Walker gets it back, drives up, pulls up from 6 in the paint. No. And Nixon tipped the rebound over the back, away, out of bounds from Harris.
If your hands aren't ready, this Booker T defense is going to have the basketball before you can blink your eye.
Coming in, they had forced 8 more turnovers than they had committed. 29-21. We speak of the Hornets. And how about this points off turnover advantage? 44-16 for Booker T against the likes of OK and Millwood. They lead at 21-14, but we played almost 2.5 minutes of the second period. Hornets still have not scored. Matulis with it, foul on extended right wing to Mitchell out front. Down the paint goes Isaac Sanders, and he got a nice roll for the front iron after he kissed it high off the window.
Sounds like the first quarter when they didn't score very much, and they ended up with 21.
Good point. 6 for Sanders. He's got the last 4 for Booker T. 5:17 to play before halftime, 23-14. Bounce pass, Tate Sage to Dixon. Cross courts it, wide open corner 3. Kennedy, he turns it down, drives, short arm the layup. Follow shot short by Tate Sage, but he gets it back and puts it in. Tate Sage with 8 points to pace all Eagle scores. 3 minutes gone to the second period. The lead is 7, and a 3 missed left wing. Matulis goes into the paint, following his own shot. There's a collision with Ian Smith, and Jackson gets the defensive call.
Boy, sure thought Matulis was out of control there, Todd. Thought that was closer. That should have been a charge.
Incidentally, last night, I found this interesting when I was going through the record book. Weatherford scored 34 points against Owasso. They had a chance to win until the late stages of the fourth. Those 34 points are the 7th fewest ever scored in a Tournament of Champions game for boys.
Wow.
First foul shot is up. Matulis back rims it.
What's the fewest and who was it?
I didn't write it down, but if I'd known I was working with you, I would have had it written down because I know you would have probably tried to make me look silly.
No, never.
Matulis for the free throw line. 2 of 3 before that miss. It's in the 20s. I know that. 25. Sky took against Seminole back in 1966. Matulis misses both free throws. Booker T 1 of 4 for the foul line. In fact, there have only been 3 games in which a team has been held to under 30 in the history of this tournament. Nixon airballs a right angle jumper. Weak side, Smith with a rebound. To Tate Sage. He drives, pump fakes, pulls up, got it for the left ankle.
Good fake there by Sage.
Boy, he is single-handedly keeping the Eagles a part of this ballgame. It's 23-18 as we wind towards 4.5 to play in the first half from the BOK Center in Tulsa. Between the rings with it is Sanders, and his bounce pass stolen away by Walker Kennedy. So the Eagles really turning the heat up defensively. The Hornets not really responding very well.
Kennedy 2 steals out of the last 4 possessions.
I like this Walker Kennedy kid. I really do. Big addition for Weatherford. Nixon, elbow left, turns, elbow right, jumper too strong. Bowen tips the rebound to Sanders. He speeds up the right side, picks his dribble up, swish, knocked down a mid-range jumper.
That is a pretty shot.
He has 8. The lead is 7 for the Hornets at the halfway point here of period number 2 of the boys' third-place game for the TOC. Nixon into the front court, right side. Tate Sage lets fly a 3, back rims it. Hornets have the rebound. It's Jamari Simpson. Up ahead for Sanders. He bounces it across the paint. The layup is good from Jock Mitchell.
Jock recognized it, too. That was a beautiful bounce pass there.
27-18. So after a cold start, Tony, as you predicted, the Hornets started to get heated back up, and they've got that lead to 9. 3:36 to go in the period. Sage gets it to Tate Sage, and he knocks the eyes out of a 3 for the right ankle. Well, Tate Sage is having himself a game as he already has 13 of the 21 for Weatherford. We get a timeout on the floor. Trip 3s to play in the first half. We're back after these messages. Booker T leading Weatherford 27-21 on Squirtle.
Summer job, babysitting money, graduation gifts. Sounds like it's time to open a free student checking account with Communication Federal Credit Union. It's made for teens and tweens. Open your new account and get a free Visa debit card for secure shopping power online or in stores. Plus, mom and dad can transfer money in and manage it all from the app. Go to comfedcu.org for details. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com. Are you looking for a local, reliable...
Tate Sage bouncing back from a rare off shooting night, 3 of 16 last night, 1 of 9 against Owasso from beyond the arc. His 3 with just over 3.5 to go in the second period. The first made triple of the night for Weatherford. They trail by 6, 27-21. Booker T with the basketball in the front court out of the timeout. B.J. Harris working against Ethan Sage. Now Nixon doubles the ball, and C.J. pokes the bounce pass out of bounds. Incidentally, we talked about the lowest scoring game. Seminole made it a long night for Skiatook, 73-25 back in 1966. L.J. Scott, right side. The Sage boys trap him. He bounces it around Ethan. Gets it down to Riley Williams. Left wing side is Simpson. He drives into the paint. They go back to Williams. He tries to drive, pulls it out to Matulis. Good ball movement by Booker T. Driving left is Simpson. The shot was raked out of his hands. It's out of bounds. And last touched by the Hornets.
Boy, I tell you what, Tate Sage just took a shot, and he's still down. Got 2 Weatherford Eagles down on the floor. Sage is bleeding from the mouth there, Todd. He took a shot.
Yeah, they've brought some gauze out. They have it in his mouth. There's also another Eagle player that is down underneath the Booker T basket. This has been a very physical first half, and certainly not for the faint of heart. Boy, if Tate Sage is sidelined for just a little bit, that's a big loss because, again, he has 13 of their 21. The injured player was Jackson Smith underneath the basket, and he's up and walking on his own power. So we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Late second period, Booker T leads Weatherford by 6 here for the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle.tv.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access. Whether you're at home or on the go, Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today. Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera.
Welcome back here courtside to the BOK Center. They are continuing to do some cleanup work out there on the floor where Tate Sage lost some blood after being hit in the mouth. 27-21, Booker T's Hornets leading Weatherford's Eagles. You can see on your screen.
Todd, one of those TOC tournament wins that you talked about was against my beloved Chandler Lions in 1996. Some guy named Ryan Humphrey, BJ Tiger, just a couple of those guys were decent.
If you want to look at a list of the greatest players to ever play school ball basketball in Oklahoma, the list certainly begins with Booker T. Washington. Wayman Tisdale played there.
Parallels with Millwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayman for sure. Probably the greatest Oklahoma basketball player ever.
Yes.
I agree.
I think so, too.
I agree.
Looking out on the floor, and
looks like we're ready.
I do not see Tate Sage out there. Dylan Epp is going to come in, a 5'8 junior, and he is going to inbound directly in front of the Eagles bench. Booker T with full court pressure. Epp gets it into the hands of Walker Kennedy. They double him. He loops it up to midcourt for Epp. Dylan attacks left to the glass, pump fakes, bounces it across the floor. Run down to the corner by Jackson Smith. Ethan Sage between the circles for Walker Kennedy. 2.5 to play here in the first half of the boys' third place game. Sage posts, goes left and lays it in. Ethan Sage now taking over for his brother with his third basket, the 6 point. Weatherford within 4, the closest they've been at some time.
One Sage as good as another, right?
That's exactly right. Shamari Simpson has worked for 4 years now for Weatherford.
No
Left
doubt.
side, Riley Williams to Matulis. He works it across the top of the circle, and the ball batted into the backcourt. Ethan Sage with a steal and the lay-in at the other end. It's a 1-point game, or make that a 2-point game at 27-25. Matulis cut off on a half-court pass, right wing side by Jackson Smith. Weatherford starting to get their second wind and traction here after trailing the end of 1 by 9. They trailed briefly by 9 here in the second period. Hornets holding it out high. Weatherford in that zone, that defense. Between the circles is L.J. Scott. Scott veers left, hands it off of the wing for Riley Williams, guarded by Walker Kennedy. They'll bounce it to Harris, top of the circle. Harris tries to drive against Nixon, goes left, back right, and banks in a runner. How about that footwork?
I mean, that's just that's skills, what that is.
9 points for B.J. Harris, and he challenged C.J. Nixon. Not many live to tell that story in the end. He does, 29-25. 1:17 to play before the break. Epp bounces it to Jackson Smith in front of our broadcast position. Cross courts it to Ethan Sage. Sage back to Smith. It was deflected briefly by Simpson. Smith picks it up, gets it to Nixon, to Smith. He fires a 3 and he got it, and he's fouled. And Jackson Smith with the chance at a rare 4-point play. L.J. Scott committed the mistake. It's his first.
Wow. That was a high arcing 3, too, Todd. He took a pretty good shot himself there as that 3 goes in.
Jackson Smith did not score against Owasso. His only other basket of the Tournament of Champions was a 3-pointer against Dale. Before that make, he had been 1 of 2 in 2 games from 3 and 1 of 5 from the floor here with the TOC. His free throw here would tie the game at 29, and he does. Weatherford is just 3 of 3 at the line. However, Booker T is only 1 of 4. 1 minute to play here in the opening half. We're tied at 29. First tie since very early on. Right side, Jock Mitchell with a basketball directly in front of head coach Derek Bull. He bounces it off of the baseline for B.J. Harris. Back to Simpson. To Harris, right quarter, 46 seconds to play here in the first half. Harris looks down low, pulls it out between the rings for Jock Mitchell. Weatherford being content to make him work hard around the perimeter with that zone defense.
Yeah, really. I think they're trying to exploit down there on that Jamari Simpson, Todd. Let's watch that matchup.
27 seconds to play here in the first half. Jay Bowen, a cross-court pass. Matulis pulls the trigger with a left corner 3. No good. Dixon has it. Weatherford can take the lead to the locker room. Kennedy, a half-court pass. Got around Bowen, and he lays it in, and Weatherford leads. 31-29, 15 seconds to play here in the first half. Booker T can have it for the final shot here with now 10 seconds to play before the break. Mitchell's been held to just 4 points, averaging 12.5 in 2 tournament games. Mitchell veers left, 2 seconds, 1 second. He'll raise and fire the 3. It's short, and Weatherford comes all the way back on 2 different occasions from 9 down to lead by 2 at the break, 31-29.
Well, and we thought that being Tate Sage out, as hot as he was going to be a deterrent, but it actually kind of gave him a little more drive.
All right, our halftime show is coming up after these messages. The 59th annual Tournament of Champions is fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.tv.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
For a lot of people with a fear of their credit score and wanting a new or used car loan, this is the last place that one wants to be. Well, at Western Sun Federal Credit Union, a marginal credit score doesn't necessarily mean no. In fact, they have a terrific record of getting members approved. And all it requires is this. Give Western Sun a look for low rates and a fast response. I doubt you'll be disappointed. WSFCU.com.
At Hill Spring Church in Sand Springs, we'd like to invite you to join us for one of our worship services, Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at the Charles Page High School Auditorium.
You can worship with us online at our website, hillspring.tv, our YouTube channel, or on Facebook Live.
We offer exciting programs for kids of all ages and a fun family atmosphere where it's easy to connect and find a place to belong.
Join us this Sunday. We'll save you a seat.
Hill Spring Church, making a difference together.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Brahms is bringing the heat. Introducing Brahms' new spicy chicken sandwiches. Flavor this good just can't be beat. Brahms' crispy, tender, spicy chicken delivers just enough kick to ramp up our original recipe. Get it regular or club style with crispy bacon and American cheese. Add on Brahms sauce for that extra burst of heat, and you have spicy chicken sandwich perfection. Because nothing is better than Brahms.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime here at the Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Quick Trip and Squirtle.tv. 4.5 minutes before intermission. Taking a look here at the halftime numbers. Weatherford leading Booker T 31-29. Weatherford 13-27 from the field, 2 of 8 from three-point range. The Tate brothers, Tate and Ethan, lead the way for Weatherford. 21 combined points, with Tate with 13 as the game's top scorer. Isaac Sanders with that smooth-looking jump shot is the second in scoring for Booker T, 8 points. And B.J. Harris with 9. something that Weatherford 2 of 8 from 3. Booker T made 4 first quarter threes and none in the second quarter. 0 second chance points for Booker T. Washington. Talked about that being one of the things that they were going to have to do, that Weatherford would have to do, is to keep Booker T off of the glass, and they've done that. 48.1% shooting from 2 for Weatherford, 25%. One of the things, it's always one of the things that jump out at you that you never really think about is free throws. 3 for Weatherford and 1 of 4 for Booker T. Hence, they trail by 2 at halftime. 3:40 left before we come back with the third quarter action and the finalization of the third place game here from the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions. Brought to you by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.tv. See if you want to go to commercial or keep it here.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We're making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Alva State Bank and Trust Company.
Welcome back here courtside to the BOK and the 59th Annual Boys and Girls Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle. Tony, you and I were talking about Wayman Tisdale being the best player from the state of Oklahoma. There are various rankings that might disagree with that. In fact, I just looked at one poll that had him ranked 6th. I think if you go on what happened post-college career, he may not be the best. You have Blake Griffin. You have Trey Young. You have Mark Price, obviously, who had a great NBA career.
I got one guess.
John Starks. Stacey Kings
That was
from
my
Lawton.
guess.
Those are Shake Milton was really good. Those are some of the other names that came to mind. But, boy, Wayman, he was really, really special and quite a steal back in the day for the Oklahoma Sooners and head coach Billy Tubbs. Not ready for the start of the second half. Weatherford has rallied from 9 down at the end of one and of the second period to lead by 2, 31-29. They've done it behind Tate Sage, who has 23 points. He took a shot to the mouth, was bleeding in the second period, did not return. Now, he is out there in the huddle right now. Looks like he will start the second half. The winning score for the Hornets at halftime is B.J. Harris with 9. Isaac Sanders with 8. This Weatherford team is so versatile on offense, and it's really shown here in the first half. We've seen their muscle against Dale from the perimeter with 12 made three-point baskets, yet they did not have a made triple, until 3:33 to play before halftime. And, Tony, if I would have told you that before the game and said, does Weatherford lead at halftime, what would you say?
I told you they're getting blown out of the gym. I mean, for Weatherford not to make a three in over 11 minutes of play, it was just 12 minutes of play, actually, is probably won't happen again this season.
And you look at it, Booker T's only outscored the Eagles 12-6 on 3-point points in the first half.
Well, they did make one in the second quarter, Todd. They were over there in that second quarter.
Yep, they have two. They had the big bucket by Jackson Smith that turned out to be a 4-point play, and that at the time allowed Weatherford to rally from 4 down, tie the game, and the Eagles have it to start the second half, leading by a deuce. Booker T in a man-to-man defense. They're physical. Sanders guarding Kennedy out front. Now to Nixon. Nixon working against Jock Mitchell. And as they work it down low, a foul is called. And that's going to send Walker Kennedy to the free throw line. The foul is against Isaac Sanders. That's his second. Kennedy has the ability to get deep, as he just did there, and also knock down 3-point baskets. He's averaged 12.5 and also 3 rebounds, and has shot 50% in his first 2 TOC games of his career as he hits the first free throw. Believe it or not, this is the 6'3" senior point guard's first trips to the foul line this weekend. Trying to keep Weatherford perfect, and he does. They're 5 of 5 at the line. The Eagles, who led 6-0 at the outset, have now pulled back to a 4-point cushion. Jock Mitchell into the front court. Everybody kind of stacked against this Weatherford zone defense. Matulis, who still has not scored, averages double figures. Cross courts it for Jock Mitchell to Isaac Sanders. Left corner for Simpson. Simpson has not scored either, and he's averaged 8 in 2 games. Jamari with it left corner. Slides right, puts up a mid-range jumper, rattles off, and Ethan Sage with a rebound. Weatherford by 4 with the basketball. We played 46 seconds here of the third period. Jackson Smith holds out front. Smith with just 7 total points in 2.5 games here at the TOC. Right side, C.J. Nixon, the OU signee in football and basketball. Between the circles, Ethan Sage. Now it's Tate Sage. Good to see him back out there. Ethan spins right, and a foul that's going to go against Matulis.
That could have almost been a double foul there, Todd. Matulis was leaning on him, and he was hooking him at the same time, but they went ahead and got the they got the push there.
That's exactly what the Booker T fans behind us were saying. Hey, there was a hook there that went uncalled. First foul, their second foul of the second half against Booker T. Kennedy to inbound to Tate. Down low to Nixon. Muscles up, missed it. Tips his own miss up in the air, but it's controlled by Sanders. Booker T still has not scored almost a minute and a half into the second half. A little runner down the middle of the paint, too strong by Mitchell. Ethan to Tate Sate with the ball after the rebound. Weatherford zone defense has really stymied this Booker T offense.
Yeah, they hadn't got it solved yet.
They have scored 110, 89, and 72 this year. Nixon backs down, and an offensive foul against CJ.
Good positioning there by B.J. Harris. You're taking a charge. You take one from there, right?
I wouldn't do it.
That's a load.
First foul against Nixon, first against the Eagles here in the third period. Booker T's probably signature win this year. They've beaten Mustang by 15. They have an 8-point win over Jinx, but they've beaten 2-time defending 4A state champion and current third-ranked Douglas, 56-51. Douglas has been the kryptonite to Weatherford Supermen. Ending the last 2 seasons in the state championship game in Oklahoma City. Isaac Sanders with a basketball. They cross-court it for Jamari Simpson. Weatherford has put up back-to-back 28-2 campaigns. Isaac Sanders against the zone. It's a 2-3 look. Right corner, B.J. Harris. Back out front, Simpson. Under 6 to play, third period. Harris for 3, it rattles off. Ethan Sage with a rebound.
Eagles have done such a good job of keeping Booker T off the offensive glass.
Weatherford in complete control. They lead by 4, 33-29, and looks like Booker T's just lifeless right now. Smith holds left quarter. Nixon fumbles it in the low post. Kicks it back to Jackson. 3 other way. Got it.
That one had a lot of arc on it to try to get over the defender.
TOC career high 7 for Jackson. He has 2 3-point baskets. 36-29 Weatherford with 5.5 to play here in the third. Slicing right, Simpson to the trailer. Mitchell for the finger roll lay-in. Booker T needed that. That's their first points of the second half. Almost 2:45 hit. 36-31 Eagles. Tate Sage all the way into the paint. Left-handed finger roll is good. Long strides by Tate. He just diced the defense up.
Sliced him up.
Jock Mitchell hands it off out front. Jamari Simpson. Simpson left corner. Sanders for three. Can't answer. Matulis kept the rebound alive. It's picked up in the paint by Harris. Driving left now as Sanders kicks it right corner. Matulis out high. Mitchell. He's doubled, funnels it underneath, and going up as Harris, and he's fouled. And that looks like it's going to be number 1 on Tate Sage.
Isn't it interesting how players never foul?
Never.
Hands go up and like, I didn't do that.
I commented about this on an earlier broadcast. Some of the stuff I've heard directed at the officials from their fan bases in this tournament has just been awful.
It was bad today.
B.J. Harris, not going to mention names, feathers down the first free throw. That was the first on Tate Sage.
Bad enough, in fact, that a coach turned to his fan base and told him to be quiet.
Yeah, said, you're not helping matters any. 38-32, trip forced to go in the third period. And we wonder why there's a shortage of officials. And games in high school football are being played on Thursday and Friday nights. Second free throw is good. Harris, his first points of the second half, has 11. Into the front court, Walker Kennedy to Ethan Sage. Wing left to his twin brother Tate. Tate was looking for Ethan. He'd made a break towards the basket. It goes out of bounds. Just got a good look at Mason Matulis. He's got good size. I'll tell you what, he doesn't look like a junior in high school.
No, he looks like he should be about 12.
That's exactly right. 38-33, 4:16 to play here with the third. Sanders against the Weatherford zone. It's been a great decision by Derek Bull to zone this team. It's cut on their penetration, and it's made them a jump shooting team. And the Hornets still do not have a three-pointer here in the second half. Halfway through the boys' third period game, and another three rattles off from Sanders straight on. Dixon has the miss for Weatherford underneath. He's being pestered by B.J. Harris. Now the big guy's going to bring it to the front court himself. Got by with a push, loses the handle, dive into Sanders. It's scooped up by Weatherford, and we get a timeout called by Derek Bull to save the possession. It's a 30-second timeout. Well, they jumped Nixon just as he came into the front court.
They really did. And Todd, going back to that zone just a second if we can, you talked about it earlier. The length of Weatherford is what makes it so effective. I mean, there are teams that try to run it, but if you don't have the athletes to run one like against a Booker T, they're going to get you out of it very, very quickly.
Bertha Frank Teague Girls Championship game tonight on DalePirates.tv if you want to watch that from Ada. Dale, number 1 in 2A, 3A, number 1 Washington. Those two teams played to a 4-point game right before Christmas at the Boomerang Classic in Dale. You ever been to the Bertha Frank Teague?
I have not.
It's a great event. Great event. So much tradition and history in that event.
One of the longest running tournaments too, right?
Yep. Jackson Smith to inbound it, gets it to Walker Kennedy. They softly trap him, and they're going to call a foul on L.J. Scott, and I did not see that at all. That happened right in front of us. That's the second on L.J., and team foul number 3 in the Hornets.
Just caught him on the bottom side of the arm as he attempted that pass across. That's far less egregious than most of the things we've seen tonight.
I was going to say, the way they've let these teams play, they call that. Jackson Smith to inbound. Tate Sage to Walker Kennedy. Downloaded Nixon, back to Walker on a bounce pass. Now Booker T's gone to his own. Smith penetrates, fall away 6-footer, no. Tipped by Nixon, no. Foul on the floor against Booker T. It's against Sanders, and that's his second. So now foul problems for the Hornets. Next whistle will send Weatherford to the foul line for the double bonus. Eagles nurse it a 5-point lead, 38-33. They get a refresh of the possession. Tate Sage, right side, Jackson Smith. To Tate, to Walker, left side to Ethan Sage. Loop pass to Nixon on the baseline. They collapse on him. He bounces it out to Smith. He'll bounce it left circle, Tate Sage. They try to cross. What of the ball stolen away by L.J. Smith. Smith spins in against Tate Sage and throws it in.
Good anticipation there on that pass.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was not intimidated at all with the big 6'7" length of Sage. Down to a 3-point game with 3:11 to go. Third period, 38-35 Weatherford. Screen left, Kennedy. Reverses on the baseline for Ethan Sage. He'll cross-court it for Smith. Has a big three here with a period 7 of the night. Kennedy knifes his way to the goal. Left-handed layup is good. Walker Kennedy just muscling his way to the rim.
Nobody between him and the basket.
So they don't get back, and Sanders goes up and lays it in, and we'll get an and one. and that was kind of a late foul. So a 3-point opportunity for Isaac Sanders after the foul goes. No, they're waving it off. No, they're not. It is a basket. They signaled 0, which is Isaac Sanders. There's not a 0 for Weatherford. Now they get it straight. It's on Jackson Smith, and that's his second. Matulis will check out. Harris comes in. Riley Williams, who in the first half had a deuce and a tray for his total, comes in, and going to the bench will be Jamari Simpson. So they originally said 0, which would have been an offensive foul. That would have gone contradictory to what they originally called. They changed it. It is on Jackson Smith, his second. The foul shot is good by Isaac Sanders, who now has double figures with 11.
Derek Bull is not happy about that call.
No, he's not. Pacing the Weatherford bench with his arms folded, barking to the official out in front of him. Tate Sage bounces it left side. Jackson Smith. 40-38 Eagles over the Hornets in the boys' third-place game of the Tournament of Champions, the 59th annual edition for downtown Tulsa. Ethan Sage bounces it back to his brother, Tate, who missed this two-handed slam dunk. Pulled the rim down and the ball popped out. Sanders quickly up ahead. Booker T and Tyre take the lead on this possession with a 3. 2:17 to go here in the period. Jock Mitchell, who tonight has been held to 3 baskets and 6 points, works out front. The angles on the right wing to L.J. Scott. Scott back to Sanders in front of our broadcast position. Weatherford still in that zone. We're at 2 minutes to play here in the third. Eagles lead the Hornets 40-38. L.J. Scott nearly fumbled the ball. Now attacks left, gets Smith up in the air, pivots right. Feeds it out high for Sanders. His 3 rattles off. Underneath Mitchell with a rebound, back up and in, and the game is tied.
To my knowledge, that's the first second chance points for Booker T tonight.
I think you're right. Jock Mitchell just came from nowhere, Tony, to get that miss. Shows his athleticism. 1:36 to play here in the third of the boys' third-place game, tied at 40. Jackson Smith, wing left to Sage. Down low to Nixon. Buddy hop, and he lays it in.
Yeah, good luck stopping that.
That's what we said. Put him on the block. Good luck stopping it. He's got only 4. It's his first basket here in the second half. Weatherford breaks the tie. They lead by 2. 1:21 to play in the third period. Jock Mitchell cross courts it. Riley Williams in front of us. Hornets now trying to get Weatherford out of that zone as they play catch out front. Jock Mitchell lobs it backdoor for L.J. Smith, and the pass knocked out of bounds by Tate Sage. We were talking about their dad, David, the other night. He had a terrific high school career. It's not hard to see where the Sage boys get their basketball talent.
Would that be the scorekeeper for Weatherford?
I don't know.
I thought it was. Somebody had said that. I didn't know if it was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Riley Williams, right side, back up front to Mitchell. Under a minute now to play here in the third period of the boys' third-place game. Girls' title game coming up next, followed by the boys' title tilt, all here on Squirtle.tv. Out high, Riley Williams with the basketball. Curls left around the top of the circle. Now it's Sanders on the wing. Down low to Mitchell. Defender flop. No whistle, and Mitchell knocks down a fall-away jumper.
It's got to be one or the other. It's got to be a flop or the charge there.
Mitchell saw it as a flop. They ate the whistle. 35 seconds to play here in the period. We're tied at 42. This one is going to the distance, and that shouldn't come as a surprise. Tate Sage with the ball. Booker T out of the zone into a man. They pressure with Harris out front. Now Ethan Sage handles it. He works one-on-one with Jock Mitchell. Bounce pass to Kennedy in front of our broadcast position, right front court. Weatherford almost past the point of no return, down to 16 seconds to play in the period. Kennedy out front now for Tate Sage. 8 seconds to play. Sage had it knocked out of his hands that time by Harris. Gets it back. 5 seconds, and they turn it over. Sanders with a steal. Races to the other end among a double team and glides to the goal for the bucket. And that will do it in the third period of play. How about the athleticism of Tony Wilson? Here's a look at it. Taking us to the fourth.
Yeah, we talk about that, Todd. In there you see the hands, active hands for Booker T.
44-42 Hornets. 8 minutes to go to decide a winner here on Squirtle.tv.
It's almost like they've lulled them to sleep.
Yeah.
For more than a century, you have made St. Mary's your healthcare choice. It might be our dedication, compassion, and skill, or the personalized patient experience. Perhaps it is our award-winning, high-quality care. Whatever your reason, you trust St. Mary's will offer advanced technology and comprehensive care close to home. Learn more about our services at stmarysregional.com. Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs, with over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve. Born and raised in
15-11, third period advantage for Booker T. Erases a 6-point Weatherford lead and now has the Hornets poised for a fourth period lead as we get ready for Booker T basketball to start the fourth.
Not a lot of turnovers in this game. 4 points off of turnovers and 5 for Booker T. 8 second chance points and 4 for Booker T. Weatherford with 8.
Mitchell and Simpson work out front. Jamari taps his chest against that zone. They've stretched out now just beyond the top of the circle. Underway in the fourth, Booker T by 2 over Weatherford, number 1 in 4A, 44-42. Weatherford led by 2 at halftime after trailing by as many as 9 in the first half. 9 was a deficit that Millwood overcame last night in a 1-point victory over the Hornets to send them out of the championship talk and into the third place game. Booker T, in their 27th appearance, was looking for the 13th TOC championship. 7:17 to play in the ball game. Well, the Hornets now are just really being delivered of this offensive possession. Jamari Simpson jump stops. They back off. He'll fire the 3 and rattles off. Rebound to Walker Kennedy. 7:12 to play. 44-42 Hornets. Kennedy with a left-handed dribble to the front court. B.J. Harris defends him. They bounce into the perimeter for Jackson Smith. Working against Sanders. Underneath, it's Nixon. He runs over Matulis. No whistle, and the layup is good.
I guess that point of emphasis for the Flops not real prevalent right now.
6:40 to play. Boys' third place game. 44-44 our score. Handoff right side. Sanders with a basketball to Harris. Harris angles left against the Eagle defense. Weatherford again wearing the road uniforms. Tulsa Booker T. Washington in the home whites. Fall away 8-foot in the paint. Sanders no good. Sage has the rebound. That's Tate Sage for Weatherford. 90 seconds deep. Weatherford a chance to regain the lead. They haven't led since late the third period. Nixon cross courts at Smith's left corner 3. Too strong. Sage tips the rebound. Walker Kennedy has it. He'll put up a 3. Got it at the top of the circle.
Well, that's the guy you talked about at the top of the show, Todd, and he's really proven your point.
Boy, he is a good one. 12 points for Walker Kennedy. His tournament high was 13 against Dale. 47-44. Weatherford on a 5-0 run. Matulis with it. Wing moves left. Now hands it off for B.J. Harris. He tries to answer, and he back rims it. Matulis runs down the rebound. Sage ripped it away from him, but it goes to Sanders' left wing. Second chance opportunity for Booker T. Gliding to the goal, but the one-hander rolls off from B.J. Harris. Nixon says enough is enough. He restores order and has the miss. Sage bounces it left side. Smith, his 8-footer short. Jackson gets his own rebound. And now a timeout called for the Eagle bench by head coach Derek Bull. We'll take a timeout as well. 5:37 to play. Weatherford of the TOC boys' third place game with a 3-point cushion over Booker T. Here on Squirtle.tv.
I tell you something, he could see that.
Looking to jumpstart your career affordably? Tri-County Tech is the place. Our award-winning school, powered by OK Career Tech, offers top-notch instructors and job placement support to help you secure your dream job. Join the workforce sooner with our programs, especially in high-demand fields like construction and healthcare. We provide quick and easy in-house financial assistance for most programs. With our new flexible year-round schedule for working adults, you can achieve your goals at your own pace. Classes start soon, so visit tricountytech.edu/adult and start your journey today.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and ranch land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963. Wiggins Auctioneers.
Brahms believes in Squirtle. Squirtle believes in Brahms. And if you're hungry after the game, head to your local Brahms for a bacon cheeseburger and milkshake made with Brahms A2 fresh milk. Brahms, a proud supporter of Oklahoma High School student athletes. Weatherford basketball. They'll throw in underneath their own goal, off to our right, Tate Sage. Weatherford moving from left to right as we view it here courtside. Nixon, the lob pass out front. Nixon, a hard dribble, comes to a jump stop, sets Kennedy up for three. Got it! Walker, Kennedy with another three. Weatherford did not have a triple until the 3:33 mark of the second period. They now have hit 5, and they've opened up a 6-point lead. 50-44, that equals the biggest cushion of the night for the Eagles. Between the circles is Jamari Simpson. Now this makes the game plan certainly shift a little bit more. Booker T's going to have to be a little more aggressive after falling behind 2 possessions. Matula still has not scored. Bounces it right side. Harris drives to the baseline. Pivots, muscles up, overshot the basket. Good rebound that time by Tate Sage. Dixon the rebound. Up ahead right side, Walker Kennedy around the defender, Bowen. And driving to the rim and drawing a foul is Sage for Weatherford.
Great bounce pass there by Kennedy as Sage gets fouled to go to the free throw line for 2.
Second foul against Mason Matulis, who's had a night to forget here with the boys' third place game. Matulis had 11 and 6 in the first round win over Class A's 4th-ranked OK Mustangs and had 10 points last night, no rebounds, in a heartbreaking 66-65 loss to Millwood. Ethan Sage almost airballed the first free throw and barely grazed the front of the rim. Sanders is back in. Williams comes back in for Booker T. Washington. Still a long ways to go, but a free throw here makes it a 3-possession lead for the Eagles.
First miss from the line for Weatherford tonight.
It is. They have been 5 of 5. Second free throw's up, and it's good. Ethan now with 9 points. He had only 6 against Owasso, 13 against Dale on the opening day. 4:48 to play, 51-44, so it's a 7-point lead. That's the Eagles' biggest of the evening. Wing left, Jamari Simpson in front of his own bench. Now they post Matula. He had it knocked free, able to bounce it out to Jock Mitchell. Mitchell backing down against Kennedy, turns and missed the 8-footer. Rebound to Nixon. CJ says 1 is enough for the Hornets. Back-to-back defensive retrievals. 4:17 to play. Kennedy with the right front court behind the back. Now he's going to pull it back out front. Tate Sage. And down low we get a whistle and a foul, and I think they're going to call it on Riley Williams. Or are they calling it?
11.
Yeah, it is on Williams. It looked like a 2. Let's just say there's not a 12 for the Hornets. It's the first on Riley. Team foul number 2 against Booker T.
Tangling with Nixon.
Jackson Smith, left quarter for Tate Sage. Now to Kennedy, drives right, pitches for Nixon. His first 3 of the night, misses wide left. Rebound to Booker T. Halfway home of the 4th period. Matulis open for 3, got it for the right quarter. Might get him going.
Well, there he goes. He finally made one.
Both teams now have made 5 3-pointers. Halfway home in the 4th, it's 51-47 Eagles. Jackson Smith, middle of the floor to the front court, Nixon. He'll touch it back to Walker Kennedy. Kennedy has been huge here in the second half. He has 10 of his 14 points since the break. Ethan Sage is going to be fouled out high by Isaac Sanders. I don't understand that one at all. That's his 3rd.
Nor do I.
It's also the 3rd team foul against Booker T. And now B.J. Harris is going to come in and replace Riley Williams on the floor.
You know, back in that third quarter, Todd, at 3:44 mark, Booker T had 4 team fouls. Weatherford never took advantage of it and getting to the free throw line.
Jackson Smith to throw it across the way. Another good crowd here on Championship Saturday night at the BOK Center. And a steal by Sanders out front. Goes against Ethan Sage. He missed the layup, but Ethan is going to be called for his 3rd personal foul.
Actually thought the foul occurred before the shot. He had a hand on him all the way down the floor. As you take a look, I can see the replay in front of me.
Yep, yeah, he came across with his left arm.
Yes, sir.
So 2 free throws for the Hornets, a chance to cut the deficit at half without the clock running. Isaac is 1 of 1 tonight on the foul line. First free throw is up, and the junior guard misses it off to the side. Booker T, if they lose a close game, going to lament their foul shooting today. They have made just 50% of their 8 free throws. This to make it a 1-possession game, 51-48. Second one is nothing but net. You're impressed, aren't I? I could get 4 out of 8's 50%, and now the Hornets want a timeout.
Yeah, you're making me have to do some math there.
3:33 to play in the ball game. There you see the score. The Eagles 51, the Hornets 48 for the 59th annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.
Why be a Ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes. Is your school or booster club
Coming up next, it is championship game number 1. It'll be the girls taking center stage here on Saturday night. Lincoln Christian, the number 1 ranked team out of Class 4A, will take on Booker T. Washington. Those two have not met in recent memory. Our buddy Duck Nelson will have the call. He, of course, is the voice of Lincoln Christian Athletics. So now full court pressure. Matulis will front the inbounds pass. It comes from Smith. Jackson back to Sage. Tate got by with steps in the backcourt. Cross courts it for Jackson Smith. Middle of the floor now to Ethan Sage. Good job of attacking by Weatherford. Right side, Tate Sage to Nixon right in front of his head coach. Back to Tate Sage. They'll cross court it. Smith will put up a 3, and he got it! What a cold-blooded killer Jackson Smith is.
Todd, take a look at this replay and see where he catches that basketball. He catches it in a shooting position. It's immediately gone. It's money in the bank.
When you were a young kid, you went to camps. They told you about the triple threat position. That's exactly where Jackson Smith was. This kid can be quiet, and then he can just be a cold-hearted killer. And he's hit 3 big three-pointers for the Weatherford Eagles. None bigger, though, than the 3+1 free throw back in the first half to draw Weatherford even. He's hit 2 threes here in the second half. We're in a timeout with 3:11 to play. 54-48. Booker T. Washington's losses this year to Union, 74-68. To Tolton Catholic Missouri, 57-56. And to Springfield Central Missouri, 70-65. So to be honest with you, with the exception of a 5-point win over Douglas, they have not won a relatively close game. Their losses were at a 6-point, 1-point, and 5-point game. And here we are, 54-48 Weatherford.
Well, Booker T, like Millwood, we talked about them having the similar, pedigrees. They both schedule way out of their leagues, and it helps them down the stretch.
And you know what? That's why they're in the state tournament and winning all the gold balls.
33 of them combined.
Yep. 17 for Millwood, 16 for this Booker T. Washington team. Matulis into the front court. Harris against the zone, bounces right side for Sanders with a wide headband. And we're under 3 minutes now to play. Weatherford has opened the lead back to 6, 54-48. Wing right, Jackson Matulis. He'll let fly a 3 at front rims. Down for the rebound was Simpson, but it's ripped away from him by Ethan Sage. Sage just a little stronger. Now Kennedy backs up in the corner, gets it to Dixon, middle of the floor for Tate Sage. Comes to a jump stop to his twin brother Ethan out front. Now it's Kennedy to Dixon on a cross-court pass, and they're playing keep away. 2:34 to play. Left side, Tate Sage. Booker T in a man-to-man defense. Ethan Sage with it out front. Mason Matulis covers him up. Sage takes a dribble. Matulis spins back, finds Tate cutting down the paint, and Tate Sage just going to the free throw line. Jock Mitchell with his first personal foul. That's also the 4th against the Hornets. So going forward, any whistle against Booker T now is 2 free throws automatically for Weatherford. Weatherford was in a 2-possession game in the 4th period last night with arguably the best team in the state in Owasso. Before the Rams made some plays down the stretch and won it 47-34. First free throw, no good as it falls off to the left from Tate Sage. His first miss at 3 free throws. 2:21 to play. It's starting to get late for Booker T. Second free throw was good. So Tate gets 1 of 2. He has 16 points. He had 17 against Dale. He's bidding for an all-tournament nominee here at the TOC. Tulsa Washington going to roll it into the front court. It's finally picked up by Mitchell. Right side to Matulis. Mason feeds it left wing side for Harris in front of the Booker T bench. He spins on the wing, kicks it to Sanders. His three on line and good.
That was tough.
Really tough shot. They're still breathing a timeout on the floor. It's 55-51. Weatherford with 2:09 to play. We are back in 30 seconds here on Squirtle.tv.
The future comes fast, which is why it's important to start planning for tomorrow today. So whether you're setting aside money for something special or just safeguarding it against a rainy day, at Gateway, we've got competitive rates on a full suite of savings products. So consider us your gateway to earning money on your money. Open a high-yield savings account with an annual percentage yield of 3.5%. Visit gatewayfirst.com. Gateway First Bank, member FDIC. The future comes.
Game reset right now. It all favors the Weatherford Eagles as there's a shot at tonight's crowd. Another good crowd, and attendance has been good here in the 59th annual Tournament of Champions hosted by the Tulsa Public Schools. Weatherford by 4. Possession arrow Eagles. Next foul against Booker T. 2 free throws for Weatherford. Hornets after the made three-point basket and timeout will face full court pressure now. As Smith tries to throw it over the top, Sage able to save it back out of bounds, and I thought he had saved it off of Jock Mitchell, but they say that Mitchell got out of the way.
Why wasn't that able to run the baseline? That was after that made three. They took the timeout, right? He just stayed stationary, never moved.
2:08 to play, and after that three-point basket a moment ago, still life for Booker T. Trailed by 7, they're down by 4. Jock Mitchell, he's been held to just 5 two-point baskets. Driving left, Harris to the rim. The shot was blocked. Ball volleyed to the air. Hornets have the basketball going back up and in strong as B.J. Harris. It's a 2-point game. 55-53 with 1:52 to play. And Weatherford nearly turns the basketball over, or did they? They threw it out of bounds into the bench of Booker T. Washington.
Went right through the hands of Jackson Smith.
So Jackson Smith has turned it over back-to-back possessions against the full court pressure. Booker T can retake the lead. Matulis with it right front court. Bounces it down low. Harris rips it away, goes into the body of Sage. Missed it. The follow tip is good. I think it was Jamari Simpson that tipped it. We're tied at 55 with 1:36 to play. A lot of traffic and a timeout, Weatherford. Yeah, and that's exactly what Derek Bull is saying. Why are you not running the baseline?
Yep.
1:34 to play. We're tied at 55, and we're back after this 60-second break on Squirtle.tv.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
In our business and at our firm, it's all about preparation, preparation, preparation. We are advocates for our client. We speak for them. So as a part of that advocacy, it involves hiring the best experts. It's doing the legal research. It's doing the medical research. That is advocacy behind the scenes. It's not just the bells and whistles in front of the jury. In our
Tate Sage to inbound the basketball. He gets it to Ethan Sage. Back to Tate, the twin brothers, both listed 6'6", both are seniors. With the left hand into the front court is Tate Sage. He switches to the right. All over him is Simpson. 1:20 to play in regulation. Almost taken away. Sage spins left, gets it into the hands of Kennedy, and a foul out high. And we're going to have 2 free throws for the Eagles. That's against Mitchell. That is his second personal foul. Walker Kennedy is 2 of 2 at the foul line. Weatherford tonight has been there 9 times and hit 7 of 9. Kennedy's first free throw is up and no good. He back rimmed it.
Weatherford's had difficulties the last, 4 free throws?
Yep. Pressure missed free throw there, and 2 turnovers in the backcourt have led Booker T back from, at one point, 7 down here with the period. Second one is good. So Kennedy gets 1 of 2, and it's 56-55 Eagles. 77 seconds to play in regulation. We've yet to have a boys' overtime game. In fact, an overtime game period here at the TOC. Bounce pass right baseline, B.J. Harris against C.J. Nixon. He squares up. 1 minute to go. Now he backs it out of the right corner. He tries to take him off the dribble. Drives underneath the basket. Bounces at left corner. Matulis attacks the zone. Leaves it in the paint for Mitchell. Jock is tied up as he goes to the floor along with Sage. And the arrow belongs to the Eagles.
Yeah, there's Walker Kennedy in there, Todd, that got his hands on that basketball. Your guy, that was a great job.
Love the kid. He is just a winner. He makes winning plays.
No need for Booker T to foul here with 53.7.
The freshman DJ Laster coming in for the first time to replace Sanders, who has 3 fouls. So this is for a fouling opportunity. Smith to inbound, triggers it in to Ethan Sage. Sage underneath the goal, guarded by Laster. Laster falls down. Sage clears it to the front court, bounces right side for Kennedy. 42 seconds to play. Between the circles, Ethan Sage to Walker Kennedy, and there's the foul from B.J. Harris, his first.
I don't really see the need to with that much time on the clock, do you?
If you were going to do it, you should have done it earlier, I
with
think.
54 seconds. Yeah. Before it ever got across half court.
But it was apparent Weatherford was going to make them foul as they were working the ball around the perimeter. And this is a veteran team that unfortunately did make a couple of veteran team plays on full court pressure earlier, but Kennedy misses the first foul shot. They have played really well today. This is a very talented Booker T. Washington team.
Extremely. 2 talented teams out there.
Kennedy made his first 2. He's missed 2 of his last 3, and now he's 50% in his last 4 as he swishes that one home. 40 seconds to play. Booker T. Washington with the basketball at midcourt. They trail 57-55. Jock Mitchell with it. If you have heart problems, this game is not for you. Matulis off of a screen for the lead, misses short. Rebound, Tate Sage. Sage did his foul in the backcourt. That's B.J. Harris' second. Matulis had the look. They set a screen out high, and he just came up short.
When you said just short, that's a fraction from going over the front of the rim.
A little more oomph, and it's a 1-point Booker T lead.
Maybe should have been in the hospitality room with us. Got a little more energy.
Tate Sage. Boy, they have a good one here, too, don't they?
They do.
People that run that thing are very, very good.
Did I hear you say you're going to Kingston?
No, I said I'd like to go to Kingston. Dale plays down there, but that's one tournament I don't cover for them because
do it. Go.
Other commitments. Tate Sage hits the first, 26 seconds to play, but I've heard that thing is
Taj Mahal.
Yeah, unbelievable. We'll take a break. Weatherford leads 58-55 here on Squirtle.tv.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
Farming today isn't just about hard work. It's about making smart choices. That's where Correction Line Ag and BW Fusion step in. We're redefining crop nutrition with cutting-edge biology that delivers real results. Stop relying on outdated methods. It's time for a fresh approach. CLA delivers data-driven solutions tailored for every growth stage, boosting your farm's ROI. Ready to get started? Call 833-CLA-SOIL or visit correctionlineag.com. Smarter farming starts here. Farming today isn't just about...
Here we go. Game reset. Possession arrow belongs to the Hornets. Weatherford is in the double bonus. They lead 58-55. Pity to second. Tate Sage free throw. Well, the Eagles are not going to have any stiffer challenges more than likely going forward, even to the state tournament than Booker T. Washington has already beaten, we told you, two-time defending 4A state champion Douglas. They beat him by 5. Tate Sage with a second free throw. It's a 2-possession game. Hornets roll it inbounds. It's quickly picked up. Jock Mitchell to the front court. Crosses over. Gets into the paint. Flips it left. Simpson's three. Rattles off. Sage with a rebound. It's taken away by Sanders. Now the two engaged, and it's a tie-up. The arrow will stay with the Hornets, but only 16 seconds remain. Take your nitroglycerin pill if you have heart problems when you watch this game.
Todd, Weatherford has 3 fouls to give.
Sanders inbounds to Mitchell. Layup is good with 14 seconds to play, and immediately a timeout from Eli Brown, and the deficit is 2. 59-57 is our score. This is the 59th annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.
No matter what comes our way, we'll always put you first. You're more than a patient. You're someone we care about. And we're working hard every day to keep you safe and continue to give you the best care so you can feel comfortable here. Not because Stillwater Medical is a healthcare provider, but because we're your provider. And we're ready to see you and serve you right here at home.
As you travel down the road to the gold ball, know that you can always get a slam dunk of a deal at Jansen GMC on North Van Buren in Enid. It's always a smooth ride in a 2020 GMC Sierra, Canyon, Yukon, Terrain, or Acadia. Jansen's offers one of the best lineups of used cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs in Enid. Check JansenGMC.com for details. Drive a little, save a lot at Jansen GMC, 2602 North Van Buren in Enid. As you travel down the road.
Here we go. Full court pressure coming up from the Hornets. Weatherford needs to get it inbounds, make free throws to hold off Booker T. Washington and claim third here with the 59th annual TOC. Jackson Smith to inbound. Gets it to Ethan Sage. He jump passes to Tate Sage in the backcourt. They quickly trap. He'll bounce it back to Smith. Now they clear to the offensive end. Sage to Sage, and Tate is going to be fouled with 4.8 seconds to play. That's on Matulis. That's his third. Again, I don't know why you let that much time go when you have to foul.
It's a very good question.
I mean, I know Weatherford is doing a good job of playing keep away, but as Derek Bull brings his 4 non-shooters over, Tate Sage at the line, hits the first.
This is the big one.
Yep, this will probably finish it for the Eagles if he hits it. Nothing but Hornets on the paint with 4.8 seconds to play. Tate Sage to end it, and he does. He hits the free throw. He's got 8 of his points for the line tonight, where he's 8 of 9. They're going to roll it in, picked up. 2 seconds to go. Simpson to the front court, right side, Jock Mitchell. He hoists up a 3. It's an air ball, and that's the ball game. Weatherford has beaten Booker T. Washington 61-57 to claim third place in the boys' tournament of champions.
Good ball game.
Was a very good ball game. Great job, Tony.
Appreciate it, Todd. Thank you for having me.
That's going to wrap up our broadcast. 61-57 Weatherford, winners of the boys' third place game here for the 59th annual Tournament of Champions. Coming up, it's the girls' championship game. 4A number 1, Lincoln Christian and Booker T. Washington. That's up in about 10 minutes here on Squirtle.tv.